Welcome back to Viva Brazil. We've got so much more lined up. Divo Korigi will be talking a bit about him later on. Apart from the World Cup, what are some of the other goals he has scored for his club? And what does he think about his possible move to the Premier League? You don't want to miss that. But for now, the Embassy of Brazil yesterday launched a football photography exhibition, which will be held in several places across Nairobi. Now, this exhibition, which kicked off at the University of Nairobi, featured photographs by Brazilian sports photojournalist Jorge Rodrigues, who has been photographing football events for over 20 years. The event, hosted by Ambassador Marcela M. Nicodemus and Mario Matus, is among several activities that the Brazilian embassy is conducting, with the World Cup currently taking place in Brazil. Meanwhile, we have seen a prophetic octopus, a prophetic camel, a prophetic orangutan, and among many other animals. But what about man's best friend, the dog? Dougie is the name of an American dog who yesterday predicted the results of the 2 round of 16 matches. He accurately predicted that Lionel Messi's Argentina would beat the Swiss. As you can see, he brought back that ball. But he wrongly predicted that the USA would beat Belgium. Food for thought.
Like he's made a dog's dinner of this. DeMarcus Beasley. The Stars and Stripes are heading through. It's the juicy orange for the US. Good boy, Doogie.
Just one quick SMS, Harambee Stars, things to be fixed. This is David Amuyunzu, a consultant from Eldoret. He says, full support from the government by providing infrastructure, provide effective and efficient administration of football right from the grassroots, inculcate discipline and patriotism in the players. Sponsorship will be automatic once the above have been put into place. Michael Kini, over to you.
It is, guys, when you pick up from that conversation, because let's dwell on it for just 1 second. Tom, yes. You're very ardent and you believe that Harambee Stars can qualify for the next World Cup. The next World Cup. Why did we send under 17 and under 20 there then? Because the next World Cup is 4 years. Average age of Harambee Stars now is what?
Well, I will not contradict the Vice President. I will not try to say that we sent the wrong team. It was their choice, the one who did that pick. But what I believe is that our league is growing. The feedback we're getting is already good. We have a lot of interest from players across the region who want to come and flock the Kenyan Premier League. And recently we had the federation saying that all the foreigners must get work permits, valid work permits, before they play in the local league. And that tells us one thing: our league is gaining momentum, and that's good. That's good for our league, it's good for our national team. A friend there has just tweeted saying that we have rugby events every other weekend. Probably he or she does not know that we have league matches every weekend, and we have local league matches everywhere. It's only that we are so fixated with watching the English Premier League that we sometimes forget that we have our own local leagues to watch.
Charity, you've been covering the league, the KPL league.
Yes.
What are the figures? I don't know if you know the figures of the number of foreigners that we have. Which are the most nationalities that are playing in our league?
The most nationalities are Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, and Uganda.
Yes.
Those ones are they are the majority in our clubs in Kenya, which means we rely on outsourced talents. We don't believe in our current.
But Charity, KPL is one of the strict leagues where they say you only have a maximum of 5, yes. And you can only play, what, 3? Yes. At any particular time, they have to be 3 on the pitch.
Actually, it's been increased to 4 now.
It's 4 now?
Yes. Initially, it was 5 in your squad, in your entire squad. But you can only have 3 initially.
Finally, on that note, Tom, yes. I don't believe there's a team that has 5 foreigners.
There are.
Which ones?
There are. Gor Mahia has 5 foreigners.
Which foreigners are these?
Israel Muge.
Yes.
Kizito, Walusimbi.
Yes.
We have Dani Serenkuma, and now they've just signed in Bruno. Yes.
Okay, now I will educate you on this one, like those club officials of KPL that they don't know, and I'm going to open a Pandora's box here. Yes. After the Bossman ruling in Europe, yes. That is all you need to quote when you're signing players from the East African region. The likes of Serenkuma, the likes of Tanzanians, and you got Burundi, Rwanda, if they're part of the East African community, you don't need a work permit to play football in this country. because you don't need the work. But we need a work permit if you're a foreigner.
Yes.
East Africa community does not consider Ugandans and TZians foreigners.
Well,
So-
that's a valid point.
Yes. So
But the East
why
African-
would you get work permits for the Serenkumas and stuff?
Well, I think we need to educate the federation.
That
But
is
that's a federation thing.
KPL,
Yes.
not federation.
Yes.
This is a KPL issue. I wish I was an administrator of Gor Mahia or any other team. I would put in 8 foreigners because
But Mike,
the
the point
most
is-
vibrant leagues are made by those foreigners.
By those foreigners.
Yes.
Good. But here's my point, Mike. Is there any point that we have thrived as a nation in terms of our national football team? There are. I think we should now stop this fixation with administration. Administration sucks worldwide. So I think it's a time.
But ours stinks, to be honest.
True.
Ours doesn't even suck only. It stinks, Charity.
But
Yeah,
here's
you
the point,
see-
guys. Sorry, here's the point. I think it's upon us as fans of our league to now get our brand out there to be consumed by us first. Let's accept our brand first, because let's accept there's a problem. That's worldwide. Now let's get in there and accept our brand as problematic as it is, and go there and try to get something out of it.
There are 2 brands that are not problematic, and the only brands that attract football fans in this country. When FC Leopards is playing, you don't have a problem of empty stadium. When
Yeah.
Gor Mahia is playing, you don't have that problem. When 2 top teams in this country play, that is Sofapaka and Tusker, you count the number of fans. Except now when they go to Meru, Charity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
In
you had a
Meru,
point to make.
actually, they have a lot of support. But I think if the Kenyan football, the clubs, if they can spread to the
That's
other
talking about
counties.
decentralizing football in this
Yeah,
country.
you see, it's concentrated in Nairobi.
Nairobi, yeah.
Look at the Sekafa we hosted last year. The ones that they were taking in other counties, it's the one that had most fans.
Packed.
But the ones in Nairobi, people were busy at work. It's playing during work time, so they didn't get the much fans if they want.
Okay, back to Viva Brazil, and we said we are going to show you clips of Divock Origi playing in Lille in France. I understand Liverpool are interested in signing him, and he's a revelation for Belgium in this World Cup. Tom, don't you think?
I think each World Cup brings up a certain revelation, and I think in this World Cup we have Rodriguez, we have Divock Origi, and his star keeps rising every day.
Charity,
Yes.
would you wish that he was playing for Harambee Stars? Would he be where he is now?
If he was playing for Harambee Stars, he would probably not be where he is now.
My God.
True.
Joins Brazil, Uruguay, and Argentina. So
Yeah.
if they play there,
The
it means,
temperatures are going to favor Argentina.
number 1, the temperatures. Number 2, all those guys will cross with the borders from Argentina to come to.
Mike, that was my discussion yesterday.
Yes.
What is this thing that will favor Argentina? If you look at the players, only 2 play at home. The rest are all European-based, and that's where Belgium comes from. So how is it that the temperatures now are going to favor Argentina?
But
Yet
they were
these
born
players are
there.
not based on. Fine, they were born there, but Messi has all his life he's been in Europe.
Tom, if you work in Nairobi,
Yes.
anytime you go back to Subaland, you adapt very quickly,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yes.
So what's the difference between Argentina and that situation?
I mean, this is only one match. They're not going
One
to
tournament.
It's one tournament, yes.
Yes.
If you go there, I'm not seeing this kind of the climate is going to favor us. If you were to talk like that, Russia to me is the only team that brought in fully local-based players. It's the only country that came with fully local-based players who ordinarily would expect that know each other and will gel well. But these are players who come from different places. They play in different clubs. They just come here for a national assignment and they go. Plus, the point which I thought would express here is that a South American team is more of these are people who are proud of their nations more than Europe, because you have naturalized players in Europe. They're not really from those countries. But South Americans are really proud of, if you look at them, even singing the national anthem first.
Yes, they're
proud
very
of it.
passionate.
Yes.
We move on to a very controversial topic at the World Cup at the moment, and that is match fixing. In Cameroon, the guy who blew the whistle on the claims that Cameroon had
The Singaporean.
yes,
Yes.
the system that we need
Oh,
to
yeah,
change.
the
We
system,
need
the
to put in
entire
a system
system.
whereby even if it's Tom Bwana who comes in as the chairman
Yeah.
of the federation, we will not have a problem. Even as I throw to the question to Wahiga, this Pemural says the claims that he said that the match was fixed.
Cameroon against
He
Croatia.
says it was fabricated, and his statement says, contrary to the revelations published by the German weekly Der Spiegel that were picked up by the news all over the world, I did not predict the results of the Cameroon vs Croatia match played on June 18. The Facebook chat with the Der Spiegel journalist took place a few days after the match on 21st of June, as confirmed by my Facebook log. But the magazine responds and says, we firmly stand by our assertion that Mr. Perumal wrote on his Facebook chat with us some hours before the World Cup match that Croatia versus Cameroon, that the result will be 4-0 for Croatia, and that Cameroon player will be sent off.
Mike,
it came to pass.
Mike, I find this, we are playing into Cameroon's hands. I think it's a sort of a very good place to cover up on what we've done, on the poor show that Cameroon has given to us.
Wahiga.
Yes, Kini, this is a debate that can go on forever, and because tomorrow we don't have any matches tonight or tomorrow, I believe we'll be able to delve deeper into that. But despite what's happened with Kenyan football, despite what's happened with match fixing, we don't want to forget the fact that we're celebrating Divock Origi today. As I read one quick tweet here, I'd like to see those goals of Divock in Lille very quickly, because it feels like this boy is a surprise, but he's not. He's been performing well for his club, and there are some of his goals, 6 goals in Lille so far. He hasn't come out of nowhere. And just to add on to what Tom Warner said earlier, you build your league and you get players who can actually play to that caliber. And just one quick tweet here from a gentleman called Donald Duck. He says, Mike Okinyi should have been a lawyer, eloquent, I beg your pardon, and subjective, calling a spade a spade. So Mike, if you need another career, you have also been suggested one. And finally,
your patience.
And finally, we have an up sound from Divock Origi. He talks about the possibility of him moving to the English Premier League. Bwana Director, we want to hear what Divock Origi has to say in regards to his possible move to the English Premier League. He said this immediately after scoring his 1-0 goal against Russia. Let's listen to this.
Yeah, of course, I think that as a little boy I dreamed to play in the Premier League, but I'm still young, and now I'm in an important tournament, so I try to focus on the team. And then my entourage will see with the club, and we'll see what I'll do. Yeah, of course, for us it was very special to play games like these, to show that we have talent in the group. And it was also a special match because we scored in the last minute, and for us mentally we're stronger now and we're more confident, I think.
There we go. Divock Origi, fantastic. We certainly hope to see him playing even as Belgium progresses. But finally, to my guest analyst here, Valerie, remember she talked to us on social media, and that's how she got to be here. So talk to us, 22422 SMS us, and also on social media, hashtag Viva Brazil on Facebook and Twitter. Valerie, before I let you go, World Cup, who is going to take it, or at least who's going to get to the finals and why, having seen so far what you've seen?
In my opinion, I think Germany and Netherlands will make it to the final. Because Germany is just that team which does not want to lose. They are very hard to beat. They make it difficult for you to beat them. And Netherlands, they will only get there. Okay, support Netherlands, and I wish them to get to the finals and undo what was done, the injustice that was done to them in 2010. But they have to take their matches seriously. The match they played against Mexico and against Australia, they thought they were the top dogs here.
Boys, yes,
then they saw the being scored. Then that's when they're like, Allah. Then that's when they started playing. Now, if they have to play Costa Rica as a serious team, they shouldn't be like, this is Costa Rica. No, they have to be serious. And with that consistency, that's the only way they're going to make it to the final.
Fantastic. Valerie says Germany, Netherlands, you'll see them in the final, and none of the teams should underestimate their opponents moving forward.
I like the way Divock says, somebody says it's very interesting and that I'm playing here, but I think and when you speak to him, close it out for us.
We have to do this at the very end. None of our guests walk away empty-handed. They have this Gillette hamper with some fantastic products. Ladies, tell me what you see here real quick. Just open it up if you can.
There's one here as well.
And we have one here for Tom as well. Okay, that you can use. Fantastic.
What to end the gym?
A bottle.
Not to end the gym.
Yeah,
there you go. We don't leave you empty-handed. You don't leave here empty-handed as well. You gotta walk away with some amazing products. Remember, we'll be here again tomorrow, Mike.
Yes, we'll be here again tomorrow. Exciting show that we'll have for you. I will pick out the winner of the jersey after this show. You guys, mkiambiwa iko jersey, you tweet mingi miaine dangalia sangapi and I have a short run here. So we'll look at them and then we'll announce who is walking out with the jersey. Lupita will be here to give you the day after tomorrow.
Also, ladies, for all of you who complain you do not like football, tomorrow you have to watch Viva Brazil. Why? Because I will be revealing a list of the top 10 hottest men in the 2014 World Cup, so you don't want to miss tomorrow's show.
We're not going to watch that one, Mike.
No, we are not part of it.
We're not part of that.
We will
Okay.
sit back. In fact, when we'll have the cooling break. You start on your list, we take a cooling break, you finish, then
Yes,
we come
and
back.
you will need that cooling break because it's going to get very hot.
There we go.
Indeed.
Okay, as well, tomorrow we have Neymar in the studio. You want to know who Neymar is? You be with us tomorrow. Neymar will be here in this studio. He's very popular, he's very controversial, and above all, he loves his football. He is Neymar. Believe you me, Neymar will be here tomorrow, 1:30, and he's coming in style. So watch this space. From us, it's bye-bye. You enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Bye-bye.